It's been a long time since this has happened to me. This print was supposed to go all the way to the bottom so I could wrap it around a tumbler, but it did not. It stopped right there, started changing colors, and then spat it out like I am done. In this video, I'm going to teach you 3 reasons why this might be happening to you. If that sounds like something you're interested in learning, I will see you inside. Oh, and by the way, this is still good up here. I can make coasters, car coasters, something, little coffee cup. You don't have to waste it. All right, see you inside. The very first thing that could be going wrong and interfering with your print is that you are using way too many resources as you print. For instance, while you're printing, if you decide to continue in your design program and make another design, or if you decide to open up Google and use the internet, you are taking resources away from all the resources that are needed to be able to print that print, and that could be what is causing the interference. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now on my computer, and then I'm going to open up Google Chrome, and we're going to come back and see what that did to my resources and all of my usage. Let's take a look at that. All right, guys, so here I am just on my desktop. I'm going to press Control, Alt, and Delete. And I'm going to be able to see everything that's happening on my computer right now. So right now, my CPU usage is 22%. It's going up and down, and these are not static. They're always constantly changing. And my memory is 57. Like right now, I'm recording this video, so my computer is working pretty hard to do this recording. It's recording my display, it's recording my voice. So I'm going to go over to this performance tab because I kind of like for you to be able to see what is happening in the CPU with your memory, and especially down here with your Wi-Fi. I want you to see what happens when I'm going to click on Google, and I'm just going to browse for a minute. I'm going to go to Google Chrome, and let's see, I'll just go to my website really quick. All right, and I'm just going to cut out. Come back here and look at this graph. What happened as I started to surf? All of a sudden, I was at 100% capacity for my CPU. My memory didn't change too much, but it definitely had an uptick. So I wouldn't have as much memory to devote. Under my disk usage, that definitely spiked and hit a high. And then look at this Wi-Fi. Like all of a sudden. So if you're printing over Wi-Fi, you really should also not be surfing the internet, because all of those resources went to help me surf. That's one thing that could be happening, is that you are using too many resources. The easiest way to fix this is to don't do anything else when you are printing a big, important print. Your computer, your laptop, your printer, the communication between the two, it will need every available resource in order to make sure that that print does not have an interruption in the communication chain. If you find this is something that just keeps happening, even on the simplest of prints, you probably need to upgrade your laptop, computer, tablet. You might just be totally out of memory. Now let's get into the second reason this could be happening. Reason 2 that this happens, maybe you walk away and you come back and it stopped printing. It could be that your laptop or computer screen is going into a power saving mode, or it's hibernating. Once that happens, it breaks the communication. Now I'm going to show you how to get into those options such as sleep, hibernate, battery life, power saving mode right now in my laptop. Here we go. This is Windows based because I am on a PC. So everyone has a search bar in the bottom. I'm just going to type Hibernate, and usually what comes up is the power and sleep setting, and that's great because that's exactly what I want. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and here you can see just what your computer is set up to do when you leave it and for how long. On battery power, turn off after 2 minutes. And it's when it's plugged in, turn it off after 3 minutes. That's way too short of a time. We know if we're printing a big print, sometimes that print can take 4, 5, 6 minutes. And of course, we will have interrupted that communication, and that is not good. Now down here is sleep, and that is definitely going to be an issue. Like sleep is your computer kind of goes down. This one might not be an issue, but it might. So we are going to change these. I usually like to change mine to 5 minutes, and then when it's plugged in, after 10 minutes. Then sleep, I'm going to change 10 minutes. And I'm going to change that to 15 minutes. I mean, you choose what's best for you, but this is just something I would definitely address, especially if you see these in the like 1, 2, and 5 minute mode down here. And that could be why you come back and your print is half printed. Now, another tip that I can give you is when you are printing, try not to print in battery mode. Like if you have a laptop and you walk around with your laptop, that is great. But when you send a big file to the printer, that battery communication is just not as reliable as real power connectivity. Third and final reason that this could be happening to you, especially if all the other things just were not the reason, then the reason is very likely your Wi-Fi connectivity. And I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can improve that. One is by not using a cord, and the other is unfortunately going to be you need a direct connection. Let's get into the first way of improving Wi-Fi connectivity resources. We're going to go back into our power settings, and I'm going to show you a little setting that you can look for to improve the resources that go toward Wi-Fi. Here we go. Let's go find the power mode in sleep. This time I'll type in sleep. And here we go again, power and sleep settings. Here, scroll down and I want to go to additional power settings. Now, once we're in here, and I'm going to come down here, change when the computer sleeps. Here we have a nice little box feature of all the settings that we just changed. And what I want to do is I want to come down here and click on this change advanced power settings. Go ahead and click that. What we are looking for is Wi-Fi or wireless. And right now I can see here wireless adapter setting. I'm going to go click on that. And then that's going to show us a power saving mode chapter. And we're going to open that chapter. And then we have the 2 options here. What happens to the Wi-Fi connectivity on your battery and when you're plugged in? And because I always print with my laptop plugged in, for me, this is the most important. I have it set to maximum performance, but you could come in here and you could see maybe you are set to low power saving, medium power saving, or maximum power saving, which would be really bad if you were trying to print something large to a printer that is connected over wireless Wi-Fi. All right, so you would be essentially telling your computer, don't worry, I want to save all the power that I can. And you are very likely getting lots of interruptions. So I always put this at maximum performance. If you are somebody who likes to take it to your couch or to a different part of your home or maybe even outside, you're probably going to want to switch this to maximum as well. All right, so there would be maximum performance. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I just never really walk around with my battery and print sublimation prints. So I'm going to keep that on medium. Make sure you click apply. Nothing works unless you hit apply, and then you hit OK. That could very well alone solve your problems for connecting over Wi-Fi and stop those prints from cutting off halfway. But if you went into that setting and you saw that you were already on maximum performance, then the most likely cause is just airwaves and bad connectivity. And in that case, you're gonna have to get the cord. This cord is just a printer cord. This is what they look like. That's one end. This is the other end. It's just a regular USB. And just so that you know, these are very, very universal. So like this guy right here, I took off of a Canon printer that I had 15 years ago. All right, these haven't really changed. So it's going to work on my 2720 just like it did on the Canon, whatever the heck it was. It was that long ago. I'll show you what that plug looks like on the back of the 2720. Yours might be in a different location if you have a different EcoTank. Now, some tips on buying this cord. First of all, if you don't have to buy it, don't. Nearly everyone I know has a printer that they have in their basement or attic that just isn't being used. Go swipe it. If you're about to throw that printer away, cord attached to it will very likely work as long as it has a USB on one end of it. If it doesn't, or you don't have a cord, really shouldn't be too much money, but don't get like the cheapest. Definitely read the reviews, see what people are saying. But I can tell you from experience that the longer the cord, the worse the performance. So make the cord match your setup. And if your setup is like, well, my printer is all the way over there, you might have to change your setup to make it like within, I would say, no more than 8 feet from your laptop. So the best would be, though, to get like a 3-foot cord, 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. Just try to get it as short as you can, because a longer cord can also have connectivity issues. Okay, let's wrap this up. So if your prints were stopping, the first thing you're going to check is your usage. Make sure you're not doing other things while you are printing, especially when it's a very big print. The second thing you're going to look for is power mode. You're going to go into there and make sure that your computer is not set to go to sleep or to hibernate, because we know a high quality print could take several minutes to print. And always print when you're plugged in. Plug that laptop in and your connectivity issues will improve. And then finally, the Wi-Fi. We're going to check your Wi-Fi in the adapter like I taught you. Make sure that you are in maximum performance in that first section. And then if all else fails, you got to cord up. But this can be as easy as just grabbing the same cord from a different printer that you're no longer using. And if you don't have one, they really shouldn't be that expensive. But read reviews and remember, short as possible. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this video has helped your life in any way, please thumbs up, subscribe to the Quick Speed channel. Until then, everyone, happy sublimating. Bye, everyone.